How are you?
Oh, hello. Let me see if you can you see me well?
Yeah, I can see you well. Can you see me okay? You can hear me okay as well?
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I had a nice day today at home, doing mostly nothing, but it seemed like it took all of my time. So,
Well, that's also good sometimes, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, but I think I'm ready to kind of be busy again, though.
Yeah.
For the first few weeks, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a vacation, take a rest, tap into your inner self, meditate, meditate, meditate. Okay, now what else? So, yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, I just had a class. I just was teaching a class. That's why I came exactly on time. Yeah, so we have a little bit of time to talk together from Istanbul to Zurich.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I received a few questions, and the first one was it, how does really Greece feel like? People who knows you, they know you are traveling around a lot. You have many studios in Istanbul, and yeah, I'm sure you are having the same situation as we are having here in Zurich, Switzerland, Zurich.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all this?
Well, it's interesting because I think the uncertainty is the hardest part.
Mhm.
If I actually knew, hey, in like a month, 2 months, 3 months, it doesn't matter at the time, but if there was clarity as to as to when we could open studios, when we can get back to teaching, what that environment is going to be like, if there was some kind of knowns to it, then it would be a lot more comfortable.
Mhm.
So during this time, what I've really tried to do is come to terms with the fact that I don't know and I can't control anything. So I'm just going to do my best to continue to share the way that I do in whatever way that I can, and just see where that goes. Because obviously everything is changing, and I don't even know what tomorrow is going to bring. So every day, I'm waking up and I'm really trying to work on staying inspired and staying motivated. So I'm shooting yoga videos and doing very similar things that you guys are doing, and just trying to stay connected with the community, not just here in Istanbul, but also the global community.
Yes.
Uh, One of the interesting things in something like what you're doing through this is that I'll be teaching with you tomorrow night, and I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, usually I'm going and I'm spending like 6, 7, 8 hours to get there, going to the airport, flying there, and it's such a lot of energy out to have this connection that we have, and it is very powerful and it's very beautiful. But there's also something very special about being able to be connected instantly, and I think that that's really cool. Through this whole process, I'm also teaching Zoom classes on Wednesday, and I've reconnected with students that I haven't seen for 20 years. You
Wow.
know, yeah, it's amazing. All of a sudden they pop up on my screen. I'm like, holy shit! It's like, like, what are you doing here? You're in my living room. Like, what's going on? So, but that's been really special, and it's I've been able to reconnect with people that I haven't seen for a very, very, very long time. So, and that's really cool.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it has something very special, these online classes. That's true. Yeah.
But I have to admit though, as soon as we had to close the studios, I was like doing a Zoom class was like the most terrifying thing for me ever. It was like fuck, I spent like 20 years like mastering the thing that I do. I don't want to change it. And it was like, and I'm looking around, and it was like it was like the whole environment changed instantly. And it took me probably a couple of weeks, and then I was just like, okay, it doesn't look like normal or back to normal life is coming anytime soon. So let's navigate this, and I opened it up. I did a couple of test classes. The first one was an absolute catastrophe. Um, yeah, it was luckily I invited just a handful of students to do the first class so I could test it out, and I haven't seen them since then. So But no, I'm just joking. They, a few of them came, a few of them came back. Some of them didn't, but yeah, after that, you know, I just got really clear. It's like, okay, what I do in the studio, how do I bring that to digital life, you know?
Yes.
And it won't be perfect. It's not going to be the same thing, but it is. I mean, you got to do the best that you can, you know, and it's going to have different nuances. It's going to have, it absolutely has different, how should we say, problems, you know, like, I don't know why it is, but every time I open up my Zoom session, I always open up 1 hour before, and there's always something wrong. And it's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's like, my camera's not working, or my microphone's not working, or, you know, or Zoom is updating. There's a new update, and it wants to restart my computer. And I'm just like, you can't restart my computer. I have like 5 minutes. Like, oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. When the update came up, it was really crazy.
Yeah.
Roland told you the story, huh?
Yeah.
Also with us.
Yeah, I had the same thing. You know, I had no idea. And I was getting ready to start a session, and they said, we're updating this. The update came up, and it says we need to restart. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, there's people. No. But that session was really, really difficult because they could hear my voice. Yes. But the screen was frozen for me. So I just, you know, I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to talk, do what I do. And it just kept going. So it was okay in the end.
It was okay.
Yeah.
So how is the situation in Istanbul, actually? Can you open the studios soon, or?
There's no clarity on that. Tomorrow they're going to start opening hairdressers. So maybe I'll go get cleaned up a little bit, just a little bit around the side. I did this myself, by the way. After a couple of weeks, I was just like, okay, I gotta do this myself. So, but yeah, I don't know. There's no, you know, they have speculation. Sometimes they say, oh, at the beginning of June, then it's mid-June, possibly end of June. So it's uncertain. But you know, one of the big questions is, what is that environment going to look like in terms of, will there be restrictions? Will there be, you know, what will the community be like? Will people be afraid to come together? From what I'm seeing, I feel that people are very much starving for connection. You know, the people want to be, they want to be close. They don't want to be physically close because they're afraid, but they want closeness, you know? Okay. And one of the things that I contemplated through this whole thing is that when we are afraid and when we're in danger in some way, it's part of our programming to come together in groups for safety, you know? So this has been a very interesting thing, because this is something that came up that says, no, don't come together in groups. It's not safe. So the brain has to kind of reprogram and say, whoa, like, it's, you know, what do I do? And, you know, I'm okay. You know, I live alone. Like, I'm isolated, but I'm alone. And I talk to myself a lot, and I can introduce myself a lot. But, you know, my heart really goes out to many people who don't have people to live with, or maybe they're lonely, or, you know, something like this. You know, and I've had periods in my life where I absolutely cannot be in my house alone. You know, like, I was just going through a really heavy, hard time. And I'm looking back now going, thank God that this didn't happen then, because I would have been fucked. Like, okay. Or maybe it pushes you through the fire faster, you know? Yes. Yeah. It could be. So,
yeah, it's quite difficult. Well, tomorrow here in Zurich, yoga studios could open the doors.
Really?
Yeah, wow. But we are not doing it because the restriction is very, it's not very clear, actually. It's clear what kind of things you need to do, you know, to keep everything safe and everything. But you know, you can have really, how to say, less people in a room. So we are going to wait 2-3 more weeks.
Okay.
Until we can see what's going to happen. We can see how everything, because tomorrow here, there are a lot of things will restart again, reopening. And we don't know. me personally and Roland think there is everything a bit too much in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of pressure that we need to get back to life again.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, we need to have, we need to pay attention that it doesn't get too crazy somehow. We're gonna stay online and see what's happening.
Yeah, it's been really cool and inspiring to see what you guys are doing online as well. You know, like reaction to the global community has gotten really tight, and you know, I think that's really beautiful. I saw Gloria is going to be doing the session with you guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When is she doing it?
She's doing a thing in 2-3 weeks actually. She's
Okay.
she's going to be the late one. Yes. Yeah. I cannot see very.
Is the light? Oh, that's better light, huh? The light. It's getting dark and the sun is going down. So
yeah, the sun is going down here too. Yes.
I haven't bought lights for my house yet. So I've been here. I have one lamp, but that's my only lamp over there.
Oh, but you look good. You look good.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. So we're gonna have tomorrow a class with you at ATHAYOGA, and the title is Fire of Transformation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. What are we gonna do?
Well, one of the things, and it's very, I think it speaks to the times that we're in right now, is just how we use difficult situations to transform us. You know, fire can be something that is very destructive, but fire is also used to cleanse. Fire is used to nurture, to cook, to create life. So we get to choose whatever we want to use that fire for. And that's one part of it, you know, like we can use it to really, I just had this memory, but years ago when I was leaving Los Angeles, I was basically leaving with 2 suitcases and my guitars, you know, and I couldn't carry anything with me. So I burned everything that I couldn't carry that was kind of special to me, like even photographs and things like that. I basically just created a ritual fire and just put it all into the fire. And it really, like, there was a part of a cleansing process through that, of just burning up the shit, literally. And that's one part of it, is you put into the fire whatever you don't want or need or that you want to let go of. And then the other part is you want to use that fire to actually nurture. You know, just like seeds you put in the ground, they require the sun in order to bloom and to grow. And we need the same thing. We need light, we need energy in order to grow and expand. But one of the great teachings of, you know, the practice, it teaches us that nobody is going to build your fire for you, right? And you have to build your own fire. And that's one of the things that, you know, like I watch you through the Swiss Yoga Conference, and what you're doing with the studios, and also I'm very similar, and I have like-minded friends all over the world. And one thing that we all kind of have in common is that we step into the fire. So when things get really fucking hard, you know, it's not like lay down and cry. Yeah, sometimes I lay down and I cry. I'll be honest.
Of course.
But then there's like, get yourself up and let's get it together, because nobody's going to do it for you. You know, I remember some of the very big first moments that I had with yoga studios, and I remember thinking, like, surely there's somebody that I should be able to go to ask, like, what to do, you know? And it's like, no, it's you. Like in life, it's you. And as we get older, like that reality, it becomes more present. So yeah, that's the practice tomorrow. We're going to light the fire. We're going to go into the fire. We're going to use the fire. We're going to heat. We're going to sweat. We're going to work our asses off, but we'll also laugh as well. So.
Oh, wow. I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, it's absolutely exactly what you're saying. You need to, to stand up and to work with yourself. And yeah, that's true. Exactly. This was the topic I was teaching tonight, you know, because a lot of people will start tomorrow with their works, the school with the kids and everything. And we can feel in our surroundings that people are a bit afraid.
Yeah.
So because they don't know exactly how to how to behave themselves, you know, because it has been everything a change and people are scared. And there are also people, they don't care about it also, you know.
Yeah.
That also the completely other part. So you really need to stay strong, focus, practice much more to stay
Yeah.
really in balance and feel your fire, because you need it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, and I think that, you know, as we come out of this, there's going to be many, many other challenges that present themselves. And it's very important to really know your strengths. You know, I've had moments through all this where I kind of close my eyes and I ask, what if? You know, what if this? What if this? What if this? And, you know, I always go to this place of you know, no matter what happens, be strong in yourself, you know, be steady in yourself, and you'll make it through. You know, when you make it through, it may not be what you expect it to be or what you want it to be, but you will be someplace that you need to be. You know, and this is something that I learned through the many, you know, I've had some really, really intense periods in my life, as I said earlier. And through all of those moments, I couldn't visualize what was beyond. You know, I was totally consumed with the drama and the difficulty of what I was having at that moment. And so, but once I went through it, I always arrived to this more expanded place, this deeper place in myself. And also I got to learn to trust myself more and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, yeah.
We'll put that all together in one practice tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's really, yeah. Sometimes also, maybe, I don't know if you had those days that you feel like, oh my God, what happens if everything collapses and you need to
Yeah.
close everything and all things you have been working for so hard just disappear from one day to the other.
Yeah.
And then the next day you wake up and say, no, of course not. I'm going to let this not happen to me. And you're completely full of powers. But for me right now, it's like really ups and downs, comes and up. I mean, you have four studios. I have only two, but it's also kind of, you know, you feel very, conscious what's going to happen if your studios doesn't exist, because you have a lot of people working for you. So it's a little bit more of pressure that you put. If you are for yourself and you work for yourself only, it's easier than when you have people around you.
Thanks a lot, because I hadn't worried about it until you put it in that perspective. Now I'm worried. No,
Forget it.
I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. Actually, one of the I guess, I don't know, coping mechanisms that I use is sometimes I ask myself, what is the worst case scenario? What is the worst case scenario? And I allow myself to visualize that, and I say, what would I do? Like, what is there an opportunity? Is there, like, if I lost everything, if I just was back to zero, what would I do? What would that life be like? And when I start to visualize it, it's never so bad. You know, it's never so bad. And then I say, okay, from there, if that's the worst that it is, and I'm still alive and I still have my health, then it's not so bad. You know, like I have, you know, I have opportunities to create something new. You know, that's also a beautiful thing as well. So yeah. Yeah, you know, that's years ago when I lived in Los Angeles. You know, I had many periods in my life where I was very, very poor. So, but after I graduated college, you know, I was in a lot of debt and really freaking out. Like, what am I going to do? And I had moments where there was literally tomorrow. I was like, I don't know what tomorrow will bring or how I'm going to survive. I had similar things when I was a musician living in London. And every single time I said, okay, if tomorrow comes and the worst thing happens, I will do this. And as soon as I visualize it, I say, okay, I accept that. Now it's not so bad, you know? And that's, at that moment, it always opens a space in you, and always, always, always new opportunities come, new opportunities, new opportunities. And so I've always tried to live that way, is just try not, because also, and especially right now, and you're having the similar thing, is it feels like the tighter you hold, the more it falls through your fingers, you know?
Yeah.
And so we all have to just get to this place where we just say, like, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to do the best that I can every single moment. So yeah, we're in the same boat, baby. We're in the same boat.
That's so good to hear that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It touched my heart. Thank you. Yeah. That's so,
yeah,
so important to remember.
You can always come here. I'll always go there.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like even see with the whole digital thing, I started to visualize, well, what's the worst case scenario is I'm still connected. That's the worst case scenario. And that's not a bad case scenario, you know? I'm still connected. I'm connected with you. I'm connected. You're connected with people all over the world. So am I. I'm still able to teach. I'm still able to share, the best of myself with people. I'm still able to inspire. As long as I can do that, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. You know, how it's going to take form, I don't think I can control that. You can't control that, but we're just going to keep doing our best, So hopefully Zoom and Instagram just keep getting better and better and better and better.
So we can still stay connected.
Yeah. It's really beautiful that way. I mean, we are so lucky. Imagine if this would have happened, a few years ago when we didn't have such, even think about how fast the internet is. If this would have happened a few years ago, like there's no way we'd be able to do live classes or even things like this. So this is happening real time with no delay, and it's like,
that's great.
It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for your words. Really, I appreciate to hear all this too.
Yeah. And when all this happened, like you were one of the first persons that I reached out to as well. Because I think it's in times like this, we have to keep our community tight, oh, that made me emotional. But we have to keep our community tight and strong and nurture each other and support each other. And because, there's studios all over the world, and there's different things happening, even yoga festivals, for example. Yours was postponed, but there's many, and they are freaking out, And so everybody's really trying to do their best to survive and get onto a place where they can not just survive but thrive. And I think in that sense, we really, really have to support one another and help each other out and stuff like that. So. So I'm very grateful for your, and also when it was starting, I was just like, I was watching you guys and I was like, okay, when they start to go live classes, whatever technology they're using, that's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, I mean, I was so happy to hear you and testing me. And of course we need to support each other because this is everything new for everyone of us. And if we had some informations you needed, we need to share it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, exactly.
At the same time, so because we are growing on this together, because it's something new for everyone. So I was always happy when you were texting me. I was like, oh yes, Chris.
Yeah, thanks. I can hardly wait to be back in Zurich. I got a friend sent me a photo that we took at the Swiss Yoga Conference last year. Just today, it just came, and I was like, "Whoa, such timing!" So I think, well, we would have been there it's been a couple of weeks, right? It was in April.
2 weeks, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. You're like 14 days, 12 hours.
I tell you what, I even don't know if it's today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because I work like 7 days a week from morning till the evening. I'm not in quarantine like everyone having vacation.
You know what? I have a theory. I think this is all designed to just get us working more. Like I have never worked so much in my fucking life. It's like my whole day is consumed with, you know, like yeah, it's really intense. It's like all day long, something, videos, you know, editing,
Yeah, yeah,
calls, and text
yeah.
messages. All it never stops.
Yeah, and learning something new and solving problems, and yeah, that's it's busy time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking to Olive, our studio director, and we both said, like, as soon as we can open, we're going on vacation. Like,
That's
you
true.
know,
True.
yeah.
Related.
I really, you know, I would really like to be that guy that has been spending the last 2 months at home reading books and, you know, educating myself. But I'm not that guy. You know? Like, I'm really, really trying to stay busy and active. But I'm like that all the time, and I think you are as well. You're a generator. Like you move energy, you create.
Yeah.
And if you're not creating, then you stagnate. You know, so
Exactly.
I think it's really. I'm the same way. So.
Exactly.
We're
I
in the
need that.
same boat. But I'm so looking forward to having to being back in Zurich and rocking out in person and hugging everybody. Also, that is killing me. That's the hardest
Yeah.
part for me because I'm a very touchy person.
I know.
You know, yeah, I'm a very touchy person. I like to hug. Like if I want you to, you know, just if I just feel good, I like to just touch. And yeah, that's not allowed anymore. So yeah, I'm walking around like this now.
That's so crazy, you know. I mean, we speak only about our community. 2 days ago, we went to visit the mother of Roland, and she's right now alone because she's old, and we can't visit her so much because she's on this kind of risk groups. And at the end, when we say goodbye, she was standing there and say, I really missing hugging you guys. And I was like, I start to cry, you know, this old woman standing there, really feeling like I need a hug from you guys. That's really quite hard. I mean, we are young and we know it's gonna get better, but the old people, they
Yeah,
are expecting. I mean, she's 85.
yeah.
She never knows when is going to be the end, so she wants to hug now, not wait for that.
Did
So
you tell me you gave her a hug? If you didn't, you can lie. You're like, ah! You can message me later and tell me.
yeah, I will. All right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm honest. We are a bit afraid of, yes, we are a bit, how to say, unsecure with the whole situation, you know. So unfortunately, we didn't hug her, but we told her that we love her and we hug her like this, you know, without really touching her. But it was a hard time when we were driving back home. It was like it was hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
And also,
I miss.
you're also a hugger. You're
I'm
close.
just American. I need to hug everyone.
I didn't want to stereotype, but yes, exactly. I was going to say it, but it's better if you say it.
Yeah. I'm the same. I need to hug everyone and kiss everyone and touch everyone.
Yeah. So I actually, and I'm hoping like once things get back to normal, that we won't have that phobia, you know, like that we won't be afraid of closeness. Because even though digital is amazing and it's beautiful and stuff, I don't want my entire world to become digital. You know, I really value closeness and I value intimacy, and that's really important to me to maintain. So let's see how soon we can get back to just, you know, communicating in that way as well. It's so important.
I'm sure we are gonna get there because we need that. We need affection.
Yeah,
We need that love. People cannot live without. No.
yeah.
This is actually we're beings that need this kind of love. No.
For sure. I mean, from the time you're a baby and you're a child, you're being held close, you know, and physical contact, body heat and energies. It's like, for me, it feels like sunshine,
Yeah.
you know. And you know, not having this feels like there's a part of my life that has been cloudy for a long time, you know, cloudy and rainy, and but hope, you know, I need sunshine, I need hugs. So.
Yes, that's true. Oh, well, tomorrow we are going to see you, and all the Hatha yogis are going to be here with you. Everyone is very excited.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of the people,
Monday,
tell me.
6:30. Tomorrow, Monday, 6:30.
Tomorrow, Monday, 6:30 Zurich time,
Zurich
which
time.
is 7:30 Istanbul time,
Right.
which is sometime in the daytime in America. Yeah, I was like, fuck, where's my phone?